Hey guys, I want to show you a special new journal I got. This is what I got myself for Christmas. And I've been wanting this journal for, I'm going to catch it on fire. I've been wanting it a year. I'm going to burn it accidentally. But I've been wanting this for over a year. And I kept seeing it online. I kept coming back to it. And then I was like, oh, I've got enough journals. I don't need this one. But it's kind of kitschy. Like, it's just so different and colorful. And it's just quaint. Reminds me of old-fashioned times. It's got like mid-century patterns on it. It's fabric, and this thing is huge. She said. But yeah, this thing is really large. I'm literally gonna catch something on fire. So yeah, here's the size difference between this purple Piccadilly and that. So I've never used a journal this large fully. I think I tried the composition notebooks covered with fabric as a kid, but I never actually filled one of those. So this thing is really huge. Okay, let's just like move the fire a little bit further back. Alright, so it's just so vintagey. I've kind of always been drawn to old things and old people, but I don't know, I've just been liking old things lately. Candles, and I really want a record player. I had one at one point in high school. My grandma was getting rid of hers, and naturally I was like, I want it. So I listened to classical music while trying to study and stuff. But my family got rid of the record player once when they were moving, so I don't have one anymore, and I kind of want one again. I don't have her old records either, which would have been cool to have, but yeah, I want a record player. I've been into fountain pens this year, and just kind of old-fashioned-y things and people. I'm actually involved in a old ladies group. They call themselves old, and they are kind of elderly, but I don't really pay attention to that. That's kind of when they mention their age, I'm like, oh. It's kind of like I just don't really think about it. But they're fun, and this pattern is fun. It's just different and kind of exotic seeming. So yeah, the line spacing is pretty ridiculously large. I mean, this video, a lot of things are large in it, but I mean, it's like kind of finger width almost, line spacing, but the paper is thick enough. It's not overly bleach white, and this thing is really rare. There's not many of them, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen anyone else with this journal. It's just really random. Oh yeah, I want to show you it has a few of these, and it's just got patterned, and then this clear paper, and it's got another one kind of in the middle. But yeah, I've never used a journal this tall, and I usually like to fill up a page when I'm writing on it instead of just multiple entries on one page. I always usually fill up one page, but since this thing is so tall, I mean, this is probably 10 inches tall. I mean, it's really tall. So I might end up doing more than one entry per page here. There's no pocket, but there's this huge orange bookmark, and it's just kind of different. No one has it, so it's sort of fun, and it just looks kind of strangely comforting, like antique vintaginess, like write with a fountain pen and pretend it's 1960 and listen to my record player and ignore the world. So that's pretty much my plan with this one. But let me know if you have any ideas to make a closure for this. I was thinking maybe wrap around a leather and just like over and over the thing a few times and make it one of those closures, or put an elastic or what. But yeah, it's not too thick, but it's tall, and I kind of like the ambiance. Yay. I'm so old. It's so humid. My friend and I hung out. I'm like, I can't make it to the car. So old. Because the humidity, you can feel it in your bones when you're old. So that's fun. But anyway, the journal I'm using now is this one, and then I'm going to finish using this tree one after that. Both are about halfway done. Thankfully I didn't accidentally light those on fire too. But yeah, this has some kind of folk art patterns, and it's not really my style. Like, my house isn't actually decorated like this. It reminds me of old-fashioned wallpaper. But I grew up with a lot of old people. I mean, I lived with my grandma and my entire childhood, and then she would go to a ladies class, so after she got I would take her to her class, escort her to her class, or whatever you say, and whatever the phrase is, drag grandma in there to her class, and she'd have these cute old lady friends in there, and there were two of the Gertrudes. One of them was like 95 years old. She just got a new Camaro convertible. Like, she would just do stuff like that, get fun, sporty cars every year. And then the other Gertrude was just quaint. And one of the old ladies sewed. Actually, she sewed my clothes. We like hired her to make me little dresses as a kid because somehow that was cheaper back then. I don't remember if Walmart didn't have kids' clothes or we just didn't know about it or what. But the clothes actually were really cute and they lasted forever and it was cheaper than going to the store. See, I kind of always had old people in my life. And then when at one of the, like a community group outreach thing, we were writing letters to old people and some were homebound people. So as a kid, the adults in this group didn't tell us what homebound meant as a kid, so we just thought it like meant you kind of had to hang out around the house and around your neighborhood. They didn't say like you can't, really make it across the living room. So there's this lady, Mrs. Smith, and I sent her a greeting card. I was like, take a walk, call a friend, do something. Like, because elderly people who are homebound can totally take a walk and go out and do something. I just didn't know what homebound meant as a kid. And this old lady, Miss Smith, just thought it was really funny and cute that I was a kid and didn't know what that meant. And I sometimes call her, say hi, and we'd like send each other letters back and forth sometimes. She was just adorable, and yeah, so take a walk, call a friend, do something. So this kind of reminds me of just old-fashionedness, and I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to use this one next, or like after the purple and the tree one, or if I want to wait till I decorate my room vintagey. Hopefully not quite in these patterns, but just kind of mid-century this is not really modern, mid-century folk art. I don't know what you call this, but I could have like a vintagey looking room. Get myself a record player. I want a record player so bad, which is pretty ridiculous. People wanted those in like 1950, and now people are back into it again. I mean, back in my day, when I had my grandma's record player, I was like, wow, it's so old, and like no one was into record players at all. I was like, okay, I would tell my friend like, oh yeah, I got a record player, and she's like, right, like no one had them back then, and now they're even older. Now I want one, but it's like the quaintness and the purpose. Like, you take out a record, you put it on the thing, and you listen to it until it's done, and that's that. You light a candle and burn it to the end, and that's done. Same with writing, it's just like a limited span of doing stuff. Even with a DVD and cassette, like it's not just endless internet radio. It's like you go choose to do something, do it, and then that's done. It's just kind of, I don't know, like reading a book instead of having to have interruptions on a phone and stuff. Okay, this video is getting long, but I guess I'll show you this journal again. And a few of them I'm going to cover this and the scary guy in the back. But I like this thing. It's just different and quirky and rare. I wonder why it's rare. It's just so tasteful and elegant. Yeah, it's not really the usual style I go for, but it's just different and reminds me of old people. And I like old things and old people. Yeah. I went to a store tonight. They had records, everyone record players. And I'm just like, wow. And like young little kids were looking at them. I was like, it's so old that it's kind of cool again, which is weird. But yeah, let me know if you think I should use this journal next, or kind of wait until if I maybe theme out my room vintagey, or I don't know. I kind of was thinking about using another one of these journals next, since it's more portable and this thing is huge. But this one's really tempting, and I've been wanting this one for so long. You're probably like, I'm sick of seeing that cover. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. And there's the paper again. I think it's actually thick enough paper to collage in. It's pretty good paper, smooth enough. The line spacing is just really huge. Even in this definitely reminds me of like 1960s bathroom wallpaper, or what I imagine it would look like. Yeah, I was born in the wrong century. But anyway, there's my new journal, and let me know how you would make a tie for either, like put an elastic here, or leather and just wrap it around, or how you would make something that keeps it closed. And yeah, happy almost New Year. Okay, bye.